Madden Football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Texans and the Packers. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, what a run they've had this year in Houston. I mean, this is a team who nobody was expecting really anything out of. They're coming off back-to-back 4-win seasons, but something clicked, and here they are as AFC champs.
And we always recognize Houston as a city that's hosted Super Bowls, 3 of them, in fact. But neither the Texans nor the Oilers ever played in the big game. So what an exciting time for their fan base.
Meanwhile, the Packers are back as they look to bring another Super Bowl title home to a place aptly named Titletown.
And they're looking for their 5th win, which would tie them with the Cowboys and 49ers for 2nd.
There he goes, left side. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Walker to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 2nd and goal, Walker, open man is Cooks, he's got it. Touchdown Texans. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Texans are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on 1st down. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Crosby is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives, and they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
And now the Texans want to call another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up first and 10. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who have been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Rodgers now on first down. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, first and 10. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now it's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
You block over here.
Throwing is Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. The kick by Crosby is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave him exact.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. That kickoff return, 104 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Nixon now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Rodgers going to throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go street. Drop 60, Mustang 19.
One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. The Texans have the early lead. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. Corey, 70. Big hit. Panther 11, Panther 11. Buffalo 18. 19 tight, 19 tight.
From just shy of midfield, Walker finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Come on, come on.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Give to Pierce now on the option. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. On 2nd and 9, Walker swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll send the tight end in motion.
19 right. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Grab him, 60.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he finds Howard complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Ready, set.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to the ground with Pierce. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Let's go now.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Rig alert, rig alert. 18 Daniel.
Working out of the gun here. Walker gets the dump off to Pierce. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Walker escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Cut 19, cut 19. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Grab 50, grab 50. Nothing 19. Corey, 17.
Now Walker eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Second down and goal. Walker. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
That grounding call could very well doom this drive. We'll see. They'll try again here, third and goal. They'll try to run with Pierce. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves them with a ways to go on 4th and goal. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, that's complete to Lazard. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. On 1st down, Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He'll find DeGuara complete. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Now Jones. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Touchdown, Packers. Josiah DeGuara. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make it 17-13. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First down, Walker. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
18,
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Walker. Philip Dorsett hauls it in.
Here we go.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here.
Come on. Hey. Let me raise it. Cut 19. 7 Pirates.
From the shotgun, it's Walker. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Let's go.
A final shot before break. Walker. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Nixon now from his end zone. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Christian Harris. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Hey, 88. Hey, take 26.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage.
Yeah, you're still at a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right. With his build, he could minimize that disadvantage, and he more than held his own and hauled that one in right there.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw.
He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at him, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
Desmond King picks it.
And the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Another carry for Pierce. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
19 tight. 19 tight. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Walker from the gun on third down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And it's fielded at the 34. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. He's got room at the 30. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. Crosby with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Walker. Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Another try after the first down sack. Walker, throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
It's a good of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
70 range, go street. Cut 19, cut 19. 7 power, cut 60, cut 60. Mustang 19.
Here's Walker. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 1 more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Walker. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And some room to run now. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Plenty of scoring here of late when our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown at the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Nixon now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard
line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And got his man complete. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. 20! And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
An inside give to Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones,
His second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
and the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this could become a career-defining drive for some. Down 3, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is where the legends are made in the National Football League as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Granted, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Walker's throw taken in by Collins.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
But right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ready up. Tap the 60, tap the 60.
The tight end in motion right.
60, 19 right.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Walker now. He gets this one to Mechie. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
And he finds Howard complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
On 1st and 10, Walker being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Walker. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Pierce. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Once more, it's Pierce. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Quick throw complete. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Ready.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Ready, break. Hurry.
They'll go with the keeper, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Texans put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent, and that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. He'll find Aguara complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Back to throw, Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Rodgers to throw. It's complete, Lazard. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. He hits Dobbs on the crosser, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Back to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath. and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. Hey, 88.
He'll look to throw. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Hey, 626. Number 50. Hey, you block over. Yeah. 630. Here, Mike.
He's back to throw. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. One final try now for Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Rodgers has done it before, but he won't get the connection here, and the ball game is over. And the Lone Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.